The most common reason that people call me regarding cyber insurance usually has to do with the fraudulent funds transfer coverage. That usually seems to be what the callers are most concerned with, and rightly so. If you are in the profession of being a lawyer, real estate, title work, escrow work, these areas are really driving claims in the cyber marketplace. And there really doesn't seem to be much of a reason to think that it's going to change or reduce anytime soon. I like to remind our clients that are purchasing the cyber liability coverage that the policy is so much more than just a fraudulent funds transfer coverage. I like to refer to the policy as a complete program, or a coverage, or a suite of coverages, if you will, of first and third party benefits. Things such as notification costs are covered under the policy. These are costs that you might be responsible for in the event of a cyber event where you have to notify all of your clients that some of your information or all of your information has been compromised to some degree. Notification costs, depending upon your client base, can run into the thousands of dollars. Other benefits under the policy are ransomware. This is when a hacker gets into your system and prohibits you from gaining access to your own data unless that hacker is actually paid a fee. Big question when this happens is really, how long can you operate your business without having access to your own data? This can be a very expensive cost, and it is covered under the policy. Other things that are covered under the policies are fines and regulation fees that are imposed upon you by a governmental entity. There's also coverage for public relations, an event to try to limit or minimize the bad effects or the terrible effects it could have on your reputation. The cyber liability policy is so much more than just coverage for the fraudulent funds transfer. Most of the carriers that write cyber liability insurance will in fact prepare or run an analysis on the insured's website and online presence. And usually they will actually prepare a written report and identify those weaknesses that was found that could cause a cyber event in the future, and also recommend ways to eliminate those risks or mitigate those risks in the future. I found that these reports can be of tremendous value to policyholders that are really trying to limit claims in the future, and they actually implement them as a vital and important part of their risk management program. It's essential that all business owners have a thorough and complete understanding of their cyber policy. They should have this for any of the insurance coverages that they have purchased. How else are you going to be able to take full advantage of the policy and the policy benefits if you don't? I encourage all of our insureds to read the policy from front to back. And yes, I know it can be boring, it can be confusing, but by at least reading the policy, you'll actually have a better understanding or a better knowledge of common terms that are used in the policy, what your responsibilities are as an insured under the policy, what the carrier's responsibilities are under the policy, perhaps maybe even more importantly, what isn't covered under the policy. The first thing that they should do is contact their broker. Get the question and answer process started by contacting your broker and relaying your concerns to him or her. But you definitely want to make sure that if there are questions, concerns, or confusion on your end about any aspect of the policy, it needs to be addressed by the carrier. The carrier, the broker team, the claims team, they're the ones that are going to be responsible to make sure that you have the coverage that you need. Your responsibility, you being the insured, your responsibility is making sure that you bring your questions, your concern to light. Thanks for listening, and remember, I'm Don I, your insurance guy.